Boston. Ponytail. Relatable.
Not to me.
Not to you. Yeah, it's time for Financial Focus now with Steve Buden, and we've got a lot of things to talk about. One that was a hot topic last week was the minimum wage increase. Well, it's been a hot topic for a long time, but we finally made a decision here in Nevada to up the price, the wage, I should say, next year in 2020, right?
Right. Starts next July, and it's not going up all at once. It'll be 75 cents per hour until it hits $12 an hour a few years from now. Now, the arguments both in pro and con, we've heard many times, is how high can this minimum wage go before it actually costs jobs, because the automation option comes in to effect here for a lot of, take these restaurants, for example, robots and kiosks may be cheaper in the long run than hiring somebody. So again, I don't get involved in the politics, I just get involved in the math. But federally, a lot of presidential campaigns are looking at $15 an hour. But I think the $12 an hour minimum wage over time doesn't seem to be a bad compromise.
Right. I think it's hard too. It kind of depends what situation you're in. If you're in a situation where you can make tips or something, it might be a little different, which we have a lot of here in the service industry. So, all right, well, we'll keep watching that one. And then the other topic that we are talking about is, sorry, it's not up on the screen.
Yeah, the restaurant activity has been down. Yes. And I know you and I love talking about these societal changes. And I think this is where you see companies like Postmates, Grubhub coming into play here, because the amount of money being spent in restaurants has actually decreased over the last year. Now, it could be a couple of factors. Generally, when the economy is good, folks tend to go out to eat. So if the restaurant activity is dropping, it could be a sign that the economy is slowing a little bit. But I do believe that part of it is these Postmates, Grubhub apps where you could order food and have it delivered.
Right. Now, it's interesting because I do see a lot more people doing it. I don't like the wait because I hate to wait for my vote, I like to go. But you were saying when it comes to what you just, alcohol, you're probably not going to, I don't even know if you can order that for delivery, but you're more likely to spend, which is a high cost if you're dining in. Right.
The challenge for the restaurant is if you're eating in, if I go out with my family, I may or may not order a drink. But if I have it delivered, I'm not going to order that drink. I'll have my drink at home. And that's where the profit margin generally is for a lot of these restaurants, is in the alcohol versus the food.
Now, when there's the delivery fee, who gets that? Is it like if you're using Uber Eats, they get it?
They get it. Postmates, Grubhub, they'll keep that delivery fee, and then the tip goes to the driver.
Right. One other quick note about that before we get into our last topic. I was just going to say that sometimes the wait time is long when you're dining in, like a order at the counter. I waited like 20 minutes, and I couldn't figure out why I was the only one in there. They were making food, but it was lunchtime, and people were ordering through those apps. So.
And therein lies the challenge. Why would you have somebody come into the restaurant and wait when you could just have it delivered and have it quicker?
Right. Okay, let's quickly talk this personal finance survey.
I love this one.
Yeah, Americans apparently would rather give up smartphones, move in with their parents, all sorts of stuff, than manage their finances.
You wouldn't agree with any of this, would you?
No, actually, I'm really good at it. I think I'm good at managing.
You are actually pretty good, I will say.
My parents definitely taught me well. I lost my job at one time, and I made the money last for a year and a half.
But a survey was done recently, and it shows you how averse most Americans are to manage their finances. Many folks would rather move in with their parents, give up their smartphone, cut out carbs, and give up social media before they had to manage their own finances. And folks, this is kind of a serious topic. You should sit down with a professional and get assistance if you're not interested. But if you're willing to move back in with your parents, that shows you how that shows you how desperate you are not to manage your finances.
Very true. Okay, well, listen, thanks so much, Steve. All good information. Definitely want to do that. Stay with us. We'll be